So we're going to be looking at how to work with two tables. And the first table that we're going to look at is called TBL employee. And this table has multiple fields. It's got the employee number, the employee name, the job, the hire date. Take note that hire date has a space in it. So when I need to refer to hire date, I'm going to use square brackets. Salary, commission, nationality, and department number. So that's all the information that is in this employee table. And then the second table, right? The second table that I'm going to look at, that is my location table. So that's the location table, and the location table has three fields. It's the department number, the department name, and the location. For example, department number 10, that department is finance, and they are located in Cape Town. And department 20 is human resources. They are also in Cape Town. So I've got these two tables, and generally you end up with multiple tables after normalizing your database. So you have multiple tables. And here I've got the employee details in this one table, and I've got the department details in the other table. So if we look at this particular employee, Smith, he's a clerk. He was hired on a particular date. He earns a certain salary, and he is in department 20. What does he do? So in department 20, if I look at the other table, department 20, he is in human resources and he is based in Cape Town. So that's the link. This department number here links to the department number in the other table. This is called your foreign key. That's your foreign key. And the department number here is the primary key, and your primary key links to the foreign key, and that is how you are able to extract information from the two tables. So we now want to be able to work with two tables, and in working with them, how do I get out information from both the tables using a select statement for display purposes? So let's look at a particular scenario. How can I display the employee name? I want the job, so I want the name, I want the job, and I want the location. That's from the department table where the person is working in. So in this particular instance, if we had to go back and look at the tables, you will see that I want the employee name. I want the job. That's easy to get. But I also want to get the location. So that's where the challenge comes in. How do I now extract information from multiple tables? So if you had to attempt this as a first attempt, you would possibly write a solution something like this, where you would say, well, I want the employee name. That's the field E name. There it is. I've got the E name. I want the job. That's the field job. And I want the location. So in my select, I write down all the field names. And because it is from two separate tables, I'm going to put down both the tables from TBL employee, comma, TBL location. So that would possibly be a solution that you would come up with in attempting to solve this problem. But unfortunately, that's not totally correct. If we write a solution like this, this is what's going to happen. So in this case, if I look at Smith, Smith is in department number 20, and Smith is going to be linked to every record in the location table. We know that Smith should only be linked to department 20 only. But because the way we wrote our solution, we did not attempt to put in a link between the two tables, it is unable to now know how to link each record in the one table to the other records in the other table. And as a result, it creates something called a Cartesian product. It creates a Cartesian product. And what do we mean by Cartesian product? That's CAR. What do we mean by Cartesian product? It means it takes every record in the one table and associates it with all the records in the other table. The second record, it takes and associates it again with all the records in the other table, and similarly for the third and the fourth records in the employee table. So that's not the solution that we are looking for. We want to take the one record, department 20 should only be associated with the one record, and the department 10 should only be associated with that particular record. So let's make a second attempt at the solution. So in my second attempt, I now write a select, and this time round, it's the same as the first two lines are the same as what I had, but I'm now trying to create a link. I'm now trying to create a link between the two tables, and the link here is the department number field. So I'm trying to say where department number is equal to the department number. That's what we are trying to say in this where statement. So we're definitely getting closer to the solution, but it's still incorrect, because when this is interpreted here, where department number equals department number, which department number are we referring to in the first department number, and which one are we referring to in the second? We can't make the assumption that the first department number means the first table. No, it doesn't work like that. So at this stage, our second attempt is still incorrect, but a lot closer to where we need to get the answer to be. So let's look at the way the answer should be written. So this is now the correct solution. So at this stage, we are saying select e-name, job, and location. Those are the fields I want from the two tables. From TBL employee, comma, TBL location. Those are my two table names. Where now I just don't say department number, but I specify the table name dot the department number. So I say where TBL employee dot department number equals TBL location dot department number. And what's happening here is that we are now creating a join. This is called a join. We are joining the two tables, and it is being joined on the department number. So when we attempt to extract information from the two tables, and in this case, the first record, I am now looking at Smith. So when I'm looking at Smith, because there's a join, we go to that field, TBL employee department number 20, and that links to the 20 in TBL location department number. And that is now we are able to tell Smith all his details, and Smith is in human resources and location is in Cape Town. Similarly, if we look at Jones, Jones is in department 30, and if we go to department 30, he is in IT and he is located in Johannesburg. So that is how you would go about extracting information from two tables by creating a join. And the join usually takes place between the primary key in the one table and the foreign key in the other table, which actually is the link between the two tables. There is another way in which the solution can be written, which is a slightly shorter way of writing it. And if you look at this particular solution, the select name, job, location, but look at the from. In the from, I'm using something like an alias. So I'm going to say TBL employee space, and I'm saying E TBL location L. These could be anything. They didn't have to be letters. I could have said TBL employee emp and TBL location LOC. And these are like aliases, which I can then use in my where. I can use the alias, and then I say E dot dep number equals L dot dep number. And when I refer to the E, I'm actually referring to the employee, TBL employee. When I refer to the L, I'm actually referring to TBL location. So that is another way, which is a slightly shorter way in which you can create a join, making use of aliases for the table name. This is effectively how you go about extracting information from two tables.